Howdy everyone, it's Yogi. So ever since last time you saw the motorcycle, there have been a few things I've done to it. Not even few, actually, just one. Um, so I think since my last video, I did end up installing some of these cool carbon duct thingamajigs that I ended up getting from Bellissimoto, as well as this Duca brake pad cooling thingamajig. I also have the what's it called? The EBC brake centered and whatever it's called, the fast street day pads, whatever the hell you call them. But before, I used to have a MIVV exhaust on here, and now I decided to swap it out for the LeoVince one. It's kind of a warm-ish start. Hopefully it doesn't cut out on me like it always has been doing. Hey, this is the Ducati Monster 937. This is with the MIVV exhaust with the Ducati in. So this is what it sounds like. Relatively okay-ish, warmish day. About 70 degrees outside. So let's give it a turn on. And it always does that. Classic Ducati problems. Well, that is pretty much the exhaust. And, give you a quick voiceover and, just look at both of these exhausts on their website. So I'll first start with the MIVV X-M5. This is the exhaust that I currently have and I've had for almost 2 years, if not 3 now. This is the exhaust I now love, now that I've found the DB Killer insert in my house. I will say the only thing I just don't like about it is I think it's just a me thing. I feel like the titanium for me, I just never maintained it well, so it kind of just killed itself on me. I'm sorry, not killed, but the bluing effect just kind of became really weird, so nah. I might just grab a torch and just remove all that bluing and weird discoloration stuff. But anyways, aside from that, the MIVV exhaust, I love it. The downside was quite literally that one thing I said, that coloring part, because I sprayed like freaking brake cleaner and other chemicals on there when I was cleaning the bike. So with that being said, why did I choose the MIVV? Mostly because, I listened to the sound online. It sounded great. I loved it. And it sounds exactly, if not a little bit better than what mine sounds like. They also claim, you get some power increases, which I don't know if that's entirely true. I have not dynoed my motorcycle just yet. I have been lazy to do that. But what I can say for a fact is I love it. It's got two personalities. One, it can be, that quiet person in the class who doesn't talk too much with that DB killer in. But once you remove that DB killer, my God, does this thing roar and shine. It is rowdy, it makes a statement, and I get a lot of compliments from this exhaust. So if I had to purchase my motorcycle again and purchase an exhaust again, 110% I would choose this one, the MIVV. I love it, and I would buy it again. If I got another motorcycle, 110% would choose this MIVV exhaust. I love it. So, I don't think there really is anything else to say about it. The DB killer is really the only big thing about it that I love. I could pop it in if I'm, just waking up in the morning and the bike's just warming up really quick. Just pop it in, leave it in there for like a quick minute and pull it out, before it gets too hot. I mean, honestly, that's really about it. I can take it out when I go to bike meets, let it be a little bit more rowdier, kind of show it off a little bit more. Yeah, that's really it. Now back to the LV-10. It's an okay exhaust. It sounds good. It sounds like a professional style exhaust. It's a very uniform sound throughout the RPM range. When you're downshifting, of course, some of you motorcycle guys, that you get pops, bangs, and burbles. Unfortunately, with the LeoVince LV-10, I do not get that as much, considering it is, yes, a L-twin. I just don't get it as much on the LV-10 compared to, let's say, like the MIVV exhaust, right? So the MIVV exhaust, even with the DB killer in, I can hear that pops, bangs, and burbles a lot more than this LV-10. So that's the only reason why I kind of straying away from it. The LV-10, yes, you can purchase a DB killer with it, but again, it's not going to make that much of a difference. The exhaust in itself is a pretty quiet exhaust. It's nothing too crazy. That's all I really have to say about the LV-10. The only thing I just didn't like about it is, when I'm downshifting in first gear or just de-accelerating from first gear, I do get a lot of pops, bangs, and burbles. It's just not loud enough for my liking. With a DB killer in the MIVV, I liked it. I loved it. I enjoyed it. Another guy on YouTube, I believe it's Ducati NYC vlog. He has a Ducati Monster 937 as well, and he actually has the black stainless steel version, which, if I were you, I'd actually recommend the black stainless steel version because it's just kind of sleek. It just blends in really well. That's really all I can say about it. Overall, it's a phenomenal exhaust, 110% would recommend it. If I had to, build my bike again, I'd get the MIVV. That's pretty much all I really have to say about both of these exhausts. So if you guys made it this far, please feel free to like, share, subscribe. And again, if you guys have any comments or questions, please just leave them, in the comments below. I tend to respond pretty quick. And even if you have a question about another exhaust, by all means, please feel free to send it my way. I still think MIVV is kind of like the best overall sounding exhaust. The Termi is just honestly overpriced, same with the Acura. There's just so much hype around it. I can't see myself owning it. Sure, it might add value to the bike, but is it much? No, I don't think so. I'm sticking with the MIVV all day, all the way. But yeah, the price difference is, I actually don't even know. What is 423? It's what, $500 for that little slip-on versus, this $330 thing. Is it worth the extra money? In my opinion, I think yes. This MIVV exhaust, dude, I love it. It's phenomenal, sounds great. I just love this exhaust. again, you know, like, share, comment, subscribe, leave questions below. I respond pretty quick. So again, thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one. Peace out.